You're not bad with money. You're being quietly trained to ignore it. Every month you pay for things you don't use, and somehow it doesn't feel like spending. You open your banking app just to check your balance, you scroll, €9.99, €12.99, €5.49, €19, €3.99. You pause. You don't cancel anything, you just close the app. Because dealing with it feels weirdly exhausting. And later that same day, something else happens. You can't focus. You open one tab, then another, you switch apps, you feel busy but not productive. Most people think this means you lack discipline or you're just distracted. Turns out your brain is actually trying to protect you from constant micro-decisions and financial stress by automating everything. And that protection is quietly draining your money and your attention at the same time. My name is Zoe, and here at Exponential Mind, we don't just count pennies, we rewire how you think about wealth. If you're someone who keeps subscriptions running just in case, while wondering where your focus and money are going, make sure to hit subscribe. There are 4 psychological money types behind this pattern, and most people have no idea which one they are. Let's break them down. Type 1, the invisible spender. This is the person who doesn't feel like they're spending at all. Because technically, they're not. You don't actively buy anything. You just approve once, then everything runs in the background. Auto-renew, auto-pay, auto-forget. Most people assume this means you're careless with money. In reality, your brain is trying to reduce friction and avoid repeated decision-making. And here's what that costs you financially. When payments become invisible, your brain stops registering them as losses. No emotional signal, no resistance, which means no stopping point. The average person spends between €200 to €350 per month on subscriptions they barely use. That's up to €4,200 per year for things you don't even remember opening. But here's the deeper cost. Every active subscription is a tiny open loop in your brain, a background task. Even if you're not using it, your brain is tracking it. That subtle cognitive load fragments your attention throughout the day. You're not just paying with money, you're paying with mental bandwidth. This isn't irresponsibility. This is efficiency taken too far. Your brain optimized for ease and accidentally removed awareness. Type 2, the security subscriber. You don't subscribe because you want the product. You subscribe because you don't want to lose access, just in case. Just in case you need it later. Just in case you get back into it. Just in case it becomes useful. So you keep paying for optionality. Most people assume this means you're indecisive. In reality, your brain is trying to protect you from future regret and uncertainty. And here's what that costs you financially. This is driven by loss aversion. Losing something feels worse than gaining something feels good. So canceling a subscription doesn't feel neutral. It feels like giving something up, even if you're not using it. So you hold on to it. But the math is brutal. Let's say you keep 5, just in case, subscriptions at €10 each. That's €50 a month, €600 a year. Over 5 years, that's €3,000 spent on potential you never used. And mentally, this keeps your brain in a constant state of low-level tension. Because just in case is not a decision, it's an open loop. You never fully commit, you never fully release, and that middle state drains focus. You're not bad with money. You're trying to create a sense of security in an uncertain world. You just chose a very expensive way to do it. Type 3, the dopamine drifter. This one is uncomfortable. You don't just subscribe, you chase the feeling. New app, new platform, new productivity tool, new course. It feels like progress, like you're upgrading your life. But most of it never sticks. Most people assume this means you lack discipline. In reality, your brain is trying to create momentum and reward. And here's what that costs you financially. Every new subscription gives you a dopamine spike. That's your brain's reward signal, the feeling of anticipation, not achievement. And here's the trap. Your brain releases more dopamine when you expect something exciting than when you actually use it. So you keep subscribing, chasing the next version of yourself. If you rotate through 3 new subscriptions per month at €15 each, that's €45 monthly, €540 per year. But the real cost isn't the money, it's the fragmentation. You start 10 things, you finish none. Your attention gets scattered across platforms, tools, systems, and your brain never enters deep focus because it's always resetting. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You're not building a better system, you're avoiding commitment. But your brain is trying to move you forward, it just got hijacked by novelty instead of consistency. Type 4, the silent overloaded. This is the one nobody talks about. You don't even notice the subscriptions anymore. They've become part of your identity, your digital environment, your baseline. You wake up and instantly interact with multiple paid platforms. You work inside another, you relax inside more. Everything is layered, everything is active. Most people assume this means you're productive and optimized. In reality, your brain is trying to manage an overwhelming environment by normalizing it. And here's what that costs you financially. When everything becomes normal, nothing gets questioned. And when nothing gets questioned, nothing gets optimized. High-functioning users often carry €300 to €600 per month in digital subscriptions. That's €3,600 to €7,200 per year. But again, the deeper cost is cognitive. Your brain is constantly switching contexts. Work mode, entertainment mode, learning mode, social mode, all within the same hour. And that destroys depth. You feel busy, you feel engaged, but your focus is shattered into fragments. You're not highly optimized, you're overstimulated, and your brain adapted by lowering awareness just to keep functioning. Now, let's simplify the science behind all of this. Your brain has a threat detection system. It's constantly asking one question: is this safe or risky? Subscriptions feel safe because there's no immediate pain, no visible loss. That bypasses your natural spending resistance. Then dopamine kicks in. That's your anticipation system. It rewards you for expecting something good, not for using it. That's why you keep subscribing more than you actually engage. Then cortisol comes in. That's your stress signal. Too many active inputs, too many choices. Your brain gets overwhelmed, so it avoids decisions altogether. That's how you end up paying for things you don't use while feeling too mentally drained to cancel them. People underestimate their subscription spending by up to 40%. So if you think you're spending €100, it's probably closer to €140. Now go back to that moment. You opening your banking app, scrolling, seeing the charges, and choosing not to deal with it, that wasn't laziness. That was your brain recognizing a pile of micro decisions and deciding it didn't have the energy to process them. So it postponed. And every time you postpone, the system keeps running quietly. Here's the thing. This isn't about apps. This is about control. Control over your attention, control over your environment, control over your decisions. Because every automated system you don't question starts making decisions for you. And over time, those decisions shape your financial life and your mental life. You don't have a spending problem. You have an unexamined system running in the background with a price tag. Which type are you? Drop it below. Type 1, Type 2, Type 3, or the one nobody admits to, Type 4. Subscribe to Exponential Mind because your money mindset is either working for you or against you, and now you'll know which.